Hello, my name's John Hood and I'm a tax partner with Moore Kingston Smith. I specialise in resolving tax disputes and making voluntary disclosures to HMRC. The purpose of today's video is to give you a quick update on HMRC nudge letters in case any of you have received a letter, and to give you some basic ideas as to what you can do. So first of all, it's important to understand that these letters are not random. If you've received a letter, this means that HMRC has been provided with information which suggests that your tax affairs are not up to date. This could come from a number of areas, government departments, overseas tax jurisdictions, or HMRC data which it holds in its own data warehouse. Now, one of the things to understand is that since 2016, HMRC has been overwhelmed with information, and they've identified the best way of asking people to check if their tax affairs are up to date is to issue them with a basic letter which says that they hold information which suggests your tax affairs are not up to date and asks you to check if everything's okay. These letters are deliberately quite simple, and you can find out about the data HMRC has by giving them a quick call. They will then tell you the source of the information, i.e. which jurisdiction, for example, the amounts, so that you can check your tax affairs and see what you need to do next. We always remind people that the purpose of the letter is to encourage you to check to see if your tax affairs are up to date. HMRC hasn't identified that there's definitely tax owed, but it's really important that you take the letter seriously and that you cooperate and respond to HMRC. If you don't do that, you face the risk of having an investigation which takes a lot longer to resolve. Even if there isn't any tax to pay, is a lot more costly for you. So the best thing to do is to take advice straight away if you consider that there might be a tax liability, to get things sorted out in the best way you can. Now, one of the things that you can find out about is if you have a letter and you might say, well, I don't owe any tax because, for example, due to double taxation, my tax affairs are up to date. I don't need to report my overseas income to HMRC. This is not strictly correct and is a misconception, unfortunately, of a lot of people. The UK tax legislation is really complex. So it's important that if you have assets overseas, that you seek advice from a tax specialist to make sure that you get things right. HMRC gives people three main options. One is to confirm there is nothing to do. Two, that you would make a disclosure to them in writing. Or three, that you can make a disclosure using HMRC's digital disclosure service. Now, we can advise you on which option is best for you if that's necessary. Also, we can help you to work out whether there is any tax owed. But it is really important, as I say, that you take advice straight away. It's always good to phone HMRC, acknowledge the letter and say that you'll come back to them. In our experience, HMRC will be helpful and they will take on board what you say. If you don't cooperate with them, as I mentioned, you do face the risk of HMRC starting a tax investigation. One of the things that you are normally asked to do is to complete a certificate, which gives you a number of options as to how you resolve the matter. There is no statutory requirement to complete the certificate. HMRC asks you do so, but most of the professional bodies and advisors do not recommend that people sign the certificate and send it back. What you can do is, if you wanted to contact HMRC in writing, is you can either write to them or email them and say that you're looking into the matter, or if you have looked into the matter, what the outcome was. So we specialise in assisting people that have tax disputes and want to make a voluntary disclosure. We are a dedicated team of people that can work out what's the best thing for you and for your tax position, and we can advise you on what the potential costs will be in terms of the tax, the interest if applicable, and also whether there are any penalties payable. We also understand that it's important for you guys to have an idea as to the potential cost, and we can give you an upfront cost for dealing with this matter for you. So we hope that this has been useful. If you have any questions, please contact me, and we're happy to have a conversation with you on a no commitment basis to see how we can help. Thank you.